Today, we're making a big move in both the literal way and the way of power production. Welcome to a new episode on the Create World, and today we're moving away from Beardstone to a new town looking for, well, some new real estate and a way to get started on new farms. The first thing that we need to do to get there is trains. Even though we have the portals, I still want to set up a train system for multiple reasons. One is that trains add some life to the build and to the town in general by just passing by. Secondly, if we ever want to move bulk items, trains are going to be our best friends. It's a lot easier to use trains than setting up a teleporter system for mass item production. So let's get started. I have a general direction that I want to go in, and that is that direction. So we'll extend the track like this and then clear some of the dirt and the stone so that the bends aren't as sharp. Then it's just a matter of bridging every gap that we pass, and when there's a hill in the way, we have to go through. For now, the only thing that we need is enough space for the rails. The rest of the blocks that are in the way for the future trains that are going to pass by are going to be taken care of with a train contraption. The same goes for the floating tracks. We'll put up a supporting structure later. For now, this is going pretty well, but I need some more stuff from Beardstone, so let me go and get it before I continue. Okay, I got here and I got a message saying that there's a buildup of items which seems to come from the chorus fruit farm. The thing about this farm is that it works great, really great even, but when it's not loaded, the drawers don't do their job either. So let's add a couple of chunk loaders in the important places that needs to be loaded. One goes underneath the chorus fruit farm itself so that the output doesn't get backed up, and the other one is for the output to the draining system, I guess. Same thing, we just don't want everything to get backed up. Now we can get back to the train tracks, and I think I might do the rest while you guys can listen to some nice music, so hit it. Okay, we have the entire loop completed. I'm going to collect all the stuff that I need for the first real technical building of our new town. We'll bring more than I think I will need because you know how things go when you get started. Before I leave, I'm going to fill up the tanks, or the pumps as I call them, with lava from the nether. With all the stuff that we need collected, we can go back along the tracks and get started. The first thing that we need to do before we start producing any form of power is a good source of heat. We'll have to dig out a little basement, and even more, we'll dig out a big hole, enough to fit an infinite source of lava. Using a hose pulley and some pipes, we can set up the pumps so that we can just plop down the contraptions and have them empty out into the hole. Then it's just a matter of going back to the nether, fill up the tanks again, and come back. We'll need to do this about 6 times to get enough lava to fill in the entire pit. While we wait for the tanks to drain, we can build up a little contraption using some drills, and that way we can flatten out the rest of the area easily. This will be where the rest of the farms is going to be. It'll take a bit of time, but this is a lot faster than doing it by hand. And the most annoying part is these leftovers of the trees that need to be taken down. Now that I have the ground flattened and the lava pool is done, we can set up some extra tanks to make sure that we have a backup of lava. I know we have an infinite pool, but the moment we start using more lava, the hose pulley on its own is not going to be enough. The tanks are just there as a buffer. Now that we're set up to start the power production, we can hide all of this with some spruce wood and set up our engines. We'll set up 3 boilers with 9 engines each All of these will run into one speed control to combine all of the stress units, and we should be able to connect both the lava and a good source of water from the basement below. Now we just need to get it kickstarted. We still have the water wheels that we used for the pumps, so let's use those to get some life into the new setup. And that is a running steam engine. Now that we have power, let's set up some portals to make emergency travel easier. This is the same setup that we have at the other towns, and I just came to Beardstone to pick up some other stuff and craft up some more portals, but I'm thinking it might be a good idea to get some telejuice as well, so that we can use it to jumpstart the portals and the teleporters. Back at the new town, we'll set up the portal, well, close to the riverside or the seaside, I don't really know what this is, and set up the receiving side for the buckets as well. So the belt, the item receiver, and the item teleporter are all set up and connected to the tank that we want to fill up with telejuice, and now it's just getting all the coordinates that we need and putting all the remotes in the right places. With the teleporter connected to the hub, I'm going to temporarily clean up the floor a bit with some grass and some dirt, but there's not much to say about that, so here we go. Alright, that's a lot better. I do need some time away from this area and I need to clean up the tracks a little bit more. So I'll jump on stream and start working on those, but I'll see you guys in a second so that we can put a building around these engines. The building itself is going to be simple, and it's just a simple brick building based on a concept art that I saw on Pinterest. The facades will get some stone accents around the edges, and on top we'll decorate it a bit, but it's nothing fancy. And I think the roof can be made out of some Viridian. And you know what, we'll sprinkle some wart planks in there as well. I think that's a nice combination. The entrance will add into this stickyati bit that's raised up, and I think that's going to be it. Of course, this looks pretty simple, but that's nothing a couple of steam stacks can't handle, and when we get some more buildings in, it's gonna look a lot more busy, is the word that I'm looking for. Now there's the issue of distributing the power into the town. And well, my idea was to build this network of shafts crisscrossing around the town, disguised as high wires. We can set up some of the poles in random intervals and just run the ends to the points where I'm happy with them. Now we need a simple bridge that connects the town, which I've called Steam God Hollow, referring to the quarry that will be here, to the power plant. Last but not least, we also need to change the schedule of a train that's gonna pass by the town. And that's the train that I wanted. Perfect. This will go from the starter base to Lumbermore and then to Steam God Hollow. I just need to ride it over there to put in the stations. And that's about it. That's all we need to do for today. Well, that's all I have time for today. And I hope you've enjoyed it enough to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!